Most people don't stay broke because they earn too little. When I first read that, I'm not going to lie, it completely challenged everything I thought I knew about personal finance. I mean, we spend our entire lives chasing the next raise, right? The next promotion, the new side hustle. We just assume that if we can manage to bring in a few more dollars, all our financial stress will magically vanish. But the actual reality of how money works, it tells a completely different story. The size of your paycheck is literally only half the equation, and honestly, it might actually be the less important half. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into the core money myth, earning versus keeping. We're bypassing all that confusing financial jargon and distilling this down into practical everyday reality. The fundamental truth we're unpacking today is that simply earning a paycheck just isn't enough to secure your future. You absolutely have to learn how money actually behaves once it hits your bank account. Because, look, if you don't understand the rules of the game, there's no way you can win it. Think about it like this. Earning money and keeping money are two entirely different skills. Earning is your offense and keeping is your defense. Most people just assume these are the exact same thing, but they really aren't. You can be an absolute master at earning, like bringing in a massive six-figure salary, but if your keeping skill is non-existent, your net worth is going to stay flat at zero. And as we're going to see, a leaky defense ruins even the best offensive strategy every single time. So let's get into it. Section 1. 3 wealth blocking traps. Identifying the invisible mistakes. It all really boils down to one incredibly uncomfortable question. Why do we stay broke? We're out there working 40, 50 hours a week, putting in genuine, exhausting effort. And yet, there's always way too much month left at the end of the money, right? Asking this question is really the only way to spark the curiosity we need to finally uncover the hidden financial mistakes we're making on total autopilot. Well, there are 3 primary engines keeping this broke cycle spinning. Number 1, you spend first and save later. Number 2, you don't track where your money goes. And number 3, you never invest. Let's break these down so we can actually fix them. All right, trap number 1, spending first and saving later. We know that feeling. It's payday Friday. You feel absolutely loaded, but by Monday morning, you're staring at your banking app wondering where on earth it all went. The logic of just saving whatever happens to be left over seems totally harmless, but human nature dictates that our lifestyle will always expand to consume our available cash. So we have to flip the script. The rule that actually builds wealth is to save first, and then spend what remains. You've got to pay your future self before you pay anyone else. Moving on to trap number 2. Not tracking your money. Look, we all know about the big, scary expenses like rent or mortgage, but it's the untracked, seemingly invisible expenses that are the real danger here. The $6 iced coffee, the 3 different streaming services you haven't logged into for months, those random late-night impulse buys online, $5 here, $20 there. Over 30 days, they quietly eat a massive part of your monthly income. It is literally death by 1,000 paper cuts. Because here is the absolute truth of the matter. If you don't track your spending, you simply can't control it. It is physically impossible to optimize a system that you can't even see. If you don't have a crystal clear, objective picture of exactly where every single dollar is going, your money is just going to flow right through your fingers. Tracking isn't about guilt-tripping or restricting yourself. It's simply giving yourself visibility. Visibility equals control. And control, that's the very first step to wealth. And that brings us to trap number 3, never investing. Now, hey, if you are consistently saving money, that is fantastic. Kudos to you for sure. But I have to give you the hard truth. If you're just hoarding all that cash in a standard savings account, you aren't actually playing it safe. You're mathematically guaranteeing a loss. Saving money alone simply isn't enough anymore because your money actually needs to grow just to survive. Why? Because of inflation. Inflation is this invisible force that slowly reduces the value of your money if it isn't growing. Imagine you stick a $100 bill in a drawer today. Next year, yeah, it's still a $100 bill, but because the cost of literally everything, groceries, gas, housing, has steadily gone up, that exact same piece of paper buys you significantly less than it did a year ago. That slow, value-reducing drain is exactly why investing isn't just a strategy for getting rich. It is the absolute required defense mechanism to fight back against inflation. Okay, enough doom and gloom. Let's pivot to Section 2, the simple fix blueprint. 3 habits to reverse the cycle. Here is your fix, and it's brilliantly simple. Step 1. Automate a fixed savings amount every single month. Just set it and forget it so you don't even have to rely on willpower. Step 2. Shine a massive spotlight on your cash flow by tracking every major expense. And Step 3. Get your money into the market by investing regularly. And listen to me, even if the amount is incredibly small, do it anyway. The habit of investing early is so much more important than the initial amount because it kicks off the compounding process. You are essentially hiring your money, putting it to work, and making it fight for you around the clock. Which brings us to our final piece of the puzzle. Section 3, the wealth building formula, the philosophy of time. Before we wrap, there is one crucial reality check we have to anchor ourselves to right here, right now. Sustainable wealth is absolutely not built in one single day. It's just not. If you are looking for a lottery ticket or an overnight miracle, you are setting yourself up for some serious heartbreak. The true formula is actually kind of boring. It's the quiet, relentless dedication to saving first, tracking your expenses, and investing regularly, repeated over a long period. Time is the absolute secret ingredient that makes this whole recipe work. When you combine those right habits with a long time horizon, the math practically guarantees your success. It's all about letting the days, months, and years do the heavy lifting for you. So, we've laid out the traps, we've handed over the simple blueprint, and we've talked about the mindset you need. Your financial future isn't decided by some imaginary raise you might get next year. It is decided by the systems you automate today. So, I have to ask you, are you ready to stop earning just to spend and start building your defense today?